at the entrance. We about to hit the kickback. Yeah. We about to hit the kickback. Yeah. We about to hit the kickback. Yeah.
That's my shit.
That's fair.
It wasn't. I wanted more. Shit, she was throwing it, and she looked good. I was on it. That's just what it was.
My reason
Base is
is
low.
my penny is strong.
I mean, most
Oh,
of the
my
time,
penny's strong.
My
Hold on,
reason
come on,
is
Sid, come on,
the thrill of the hunt.
most of the time with a man, it's about availability.
Yeah.
If she's available and she's willing, you're more accept to pursuing that. Me personally, I'm married now, but when I was single, I can meet a woman and in 2 seconds I know if I want to fuck. If I don't.
Right? Great special. Great special. He made a statement that really stuck with me, right? He said, only women, kids, and pets I love unconditionally. Men I only love under the condition they can provide.
That's true.
That's true. If you agree, smoke.
Oh yeah.
All the guys.
I'll prove it. I'll prove that.
Let's let Greg kick it off.
I'll prove it. Women, you can be in love with a man, and you have this is the man you want to be with. If that man falls on hard times for a extended period of time.
Extended. Let's keep it in mind.
Extended period of time.
How long is extended?
What's extended?
Perpetual.
I don't know. Let's
Let him finish.
If he falls on hard time for an extended period of time, and you start, first of all, the woman start losing patience with him. Now the mouth gets slick with him after a while, okay? And now you out with your friends and all of that, and your friends are having a good time and everything, and with they guys and stuff, and you're unable to do that because of his financial situation. Your desire for him decreases tremendously, and you go and look at other guys. You know I'm telling the truth. Stop shaking your head. Stop shaking your head.
So I didn't smoke not only because my cigar is over, but because I don't agree. Now let's be clear about how we're defining extended periods of time. If I come home from a hard day at work and you at home chilling, eating up, just doing God knows what, not looking for a job, not out there trying to find any employment or any means, then yes, I am going to run out of patience because you're not trying. However, give me a minute, brother, give me a minute. However, if you are the type of brother who is doing whatever it is that you can, because as a man, internally you want to provide. That's who you are. Protect and provide. I'm not done.
Okay, let's go. Come on with it.
If you are the type of man who is striving to do that, I will wait and I will do what I have to do to continue to support you as you continue to find gainful employment to help take care of this house. Don't say that I'm giving up. No, if you lazy and trifling, I'm going to give up and kick your trifling ass out. Because you know what? I don't need a dependent.
Okay, let Tamara answer.
I love what you said. I really do.
Let Tamara answer.
But as a person, everybody know I'm tech.
I hate to be on the floor and level one up. Let's be clear. I can hear that.
Hold on. Say that again. I enjoy what you said, but everybody know I'm tech. So I used to work for a Japanese company. When that company moved, they let go of our department. I was out of work for 6 months. During that time, I'm searching left and right because one, I'm taking care of myself, but I'm taking care of my mother and my little brother's bills. So I am doing what I gotta do. I'm using my 401k to pay everything off, all this other stuff. She still, after the second week, that snipe always came through the pipe.
Yes.
You ain't working. We can't go out. We don't do the stuff. We don't do nothing. No, let me finish. Let you finish.
Right.
And yeah, that's child support.
Basically.
And keep in mind, hold on, she was older than me, but yeah, that snipe kept coming down the pipe. That snipe kept coming down every time. You ain't working, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. What you gonna do? After 2 weeks, bro. Keep it together. Keep in mind, we was together for 2 years.
So are you talking about the rule or the exception? Because that's the difference.
3 weeks.
That's the difference. That's the difference. all of this or all that. Never that. But in certain instances, you do have sisters like that. It's unfortunate. But the sisters who are down for that brother, we will wait and we will do what we have to do. As we see you working.
Once again, Benny goddamn Dixon.
I got something to say.
Come on, Ray. Come on,
There we go. I want to hear
Come on,
this.
Ray.
Come on, Ray.
Here's the problem that I see. Number one, men should have vision. I think the lack of a man having a vision to impart into what's supposed to be his family is missing. We go in with too wide open and not knowing what we want to do. And we don't have an identity because we never got it. So number one, as a man, we're supposed to impart vision into family. And from that vision is supposed to include the mate that you're with to work as a team to get the end goal. Now that's sometimes where, like Chris Rock said, sometimes I gotta play the tambourine, and sometimes I gotta be the lead vocal. It's a switch, and it gotta be a team. So if a man comes into a relationship, he should already, if he don't have a job, if he don't have what he needs to do, y'all women know what y'all getting into. But at least he should have a plan and a vision for how he getting where he's gonna go.
Exactly.
And what happens is a lot of women settle because the ratio of men and women is not balanced. So a lot of women settle because they're like, man, I want a man in my life. I want to do this because they're lonely. Because they're lonely, period. But if you get a man, if he don't have a vision or plan on how to get forward to where he want to go, and then you got a problem.
I'll say this, and this happened to me, and I know several other women that it happened to.
Don't let me chime in on you.
When,
Go ahead.
shut up, I'll bust you in your head. When my ex-husband lost his job, it said, okay, we sat down, we talked about it. He was still looking during that time. But you still a father, you still had a household. You still are a team around here when it comes to doing things. I still got your back regardless. So, yes, I went into my deferred comp, I went into my secret savings account, my little play money, and my check. We gonna make this work. But during that time while he was looking for work, he still was the one that picked the kids up. He still was the one, on occasion, he would cook, or either he would say, okay, how do I cook this? Or either you want to cook this when you get home. You still have to have that communication. Communication is above all the most important thing.
I'm sorry, can I ask you a quick question? This was your ex-husband, right?
Come on.
When the money run out, the women run out. Alright? Don't believe it? Try it. Try it.
No, it wasn't about that because
Come on.
So I gotta call bull on this one because I married my ex-husband knowing that he made less money than me.
Twice?
Okay.
I only been married once.
Okay.
I didn't marry him, but I think what happened, and there was a time when he had some medical issues and he was out for about 8 months. I held him down. I wrote the child support checks to make sure that his children from other relationships was taken care of. It has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with you guys have been raised to be providers. And y'all get shook when y'all can't provide. I gave you lip when you was working. It had nothing to do with you not working. But because you tied like what Ray said, you tie your identity to the wrong thing. You tie your identity to being able to provide, and when that slide, all of a sudden you don't know how to be a man no more.
It's gonna slide.
It's gonna slide. You gotta know how to be a man.
You know what? One thing I don't think women understand what a man go through when he can't provide for his family.
When he
I don't think y'all totally understand.
Right.
Is that us or is that
I'm
y'all?
talking about I've only been on unemployment twice in my life. And so twice in my life, I ain't been able to give my kids what I give them on the regular. And you don't understand how defeated a man is. It's not that I'm not looking for a job. It's not that I'm not going out and trying to find something greater. It's that, man, it is fucking difficult to rise above your kid asking you for something you can't give it.
Right.
You know, when you used to give your kid everything they asked for, and you got a motherfucker over here saying he ain't shit, he ain't paying, you are steady going down. Right. And it is difficult to rise above that. Now, we eventually rise, because this is what we do. We black people, we've been in slavery, we done done everything. We've been kicked down and came up. It's what we do. But for you not to understand or not to give a shit what I'm going through, and not to be able to say, pick me up, because it's always a man ain't doing his thing, we ain't picking this woman up. But when a woman ain't picking this man up, man, shit can get crazy.
And that's exactly what happened to Fabulous Wife.
What? That's how we bring it back. That's how we bring it back.
Another issue I think.
I'm calling Jesus for you.
And
Just
I think
for
Greg alluded to it, but it was for another situation. The alpha male and the alpha female. We got a lot more alpha females that are working that role, not just because they want to, because they have to, so now it's become a norm.
Right.
So now you get into a relationship, now we fighting over dominance. Who the fuck gonna run this house?
Right.
And that's the big issue of it.
But you out of divine order.
We go through it. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's my house.
Right.
That's my house.
It ain't a woman's job.
Y'all know daddy.
And when you used to leading, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard though. It's hard to go. It's hard to
That's why I said it. I said they have to, and it's become a norm. And it's hard to get out of learned behavior when you've been doing it for so long. And then when a man comes in that's an alpha, not necessarily trying to take over you, but saying, look, you don't have to do it no more.
Right.
Let me take care of it. That's where the conflict comes in, because sometimes when it get hard, sometimes they can resort to saying, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. No, it's good. It's good.
I'm learning because I got on gym.
Do what RC doing.
I know, right?
Okay, so let's go to the high five twins over here. Share with us what y'all high fiving about.
No, I mean, it's like he said, it's hard for us. We have both been single mothers. We both been working basically all our lives after college.
Head of the household.
And head of the household.
Yeah, it's hard.
And then you get a good man that steps into your life that is an alpha male, that is trying to take control of everything, and it's not easy to let go. It takes a lot of prayer. It takes a lot of understanding. It takes a lot of communication.
It takes a lot of jack too.
You know, and
time.
this is when you learn women to be submissive.
Thank you.
And learn how to shut up.
Would you all agree that
Your
nowadays, would you all agree nowadays more than ever, there's a lot of guys that has been breadwinners that are losing their jobs, whether the company's laying off,
Absolutely.
whatever,
Yeah,
absolutely.
whatever.
Absolutely.
And now, like he said, in the household, it switches.
It does.
While he's down, the female is the breadwinner.
Right.
Like Dee said, it's kind of devastating to a man.
It is.
And you would never understand that unless you're actually a male. You
right.
would never understand.
A black man.
It's devastating to say you have to go to the unemployment office. Now I got to get an unemployment check. I got to feed this into the household while still taking care of my child that may not be here. Right. And you still have to take. So you still have to do that responsibility. You can't stop that.
Right.
It's not that he's not looking for a job and not to better himself, but he's going through it. And y'all will never understand that as a man. Y'all will never
But
understand
as your equal or your partner or your fiance or your wife, we can only provide so much enforcement and encouragement to you all. But we need you all, since you're saying it's hard, we need you all to meet us halfway, which means we need you all to open your damn mouth.
Okay, but wait.
What do you mean meet you halfway?
Hold on.
So they're looking for a job.
So hold on.
No, we're going back to what
Because there's other things that you can do
You
with the
all
household
having a hard
besides that.
Hold on. So we speaking from the unconditional love, meaning regardless of what's happening,
Cut this shit off.
I got you to the end. So if we used to going out 4-5 days a week, we used to taking trips 3-4 times a year, and all of a sudden the guy's in a position where he can't do that anymore. We're talking about when it changes.
Right.
Not going to it. Like Nick's situation a little different. She went to it a little different. But it changes. Can you handle that?
Yes.
And how long can you handle that?
How long? That's the extended time.
How long?
That's an extended time, though. That's
But that's the for better or for worse.
Regardless.
I'll tell you how long. I'll tell you how long.
Marriage, no, that's marriage.
I'll tell you how long. I'll tell you how long.
To marriage is for better.
It doesn't have
I'll
to
tell
be
you how
a
long.
marriage aspect either, for better or for worse me.
Rich or poor.
If
That
this
nigga with
is
that
my
braid
man,
getting that in.
or this is
Oh wait, hold on. Go ahead, finish.
whether it's my man, you so stupid.
That's how long.
If it's my man or my husband,
Shit.
it's a for better or for worse part. Because if I find that it is.
It's a difference though. You can't treat your husband. You can't treat your
Go ahead.
It's a difference. You
That's a whole
You gotta treat your boyfriend different than your husband.
Yes.
Your husband is something.
Took vows with your
That's like
I play with boys.
that's well, I'm just saying.
took-
Well, whoever the other guy
It's a
is,
difference.
you can't treat them the same. It has to be a differentiation.
Of course it's a difference.
Hold on, ladies.
It's a difference.
It's a difference.
Okay, hold on. Come on. Let's go
It's a
see.
difference.
We got to close out
Quick
soon.
poll on ladies here. How many of you ladies in here have a lead role in their chosen profession?
Say it again.
A lead role.
Lead role to what?
In your chosen profession.
You the boss.
Me.
Right. You the boss. You run shit.
Okay, so society puts the female in minority situations in the lead role in their chosen profession, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Okay.
Well,
So,
Speak up.
so with that being said, you have a lead role in your chosen profession. Do you transcend that lead role in your chosen profession to your personal environment?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it's a good.
Try to.
Sometimes it's
It
not
all
right
depends-
or wrong. If
It
that's
depends on the
Right.
situation.
I
Right,
think
on
what
the
you're saying is they're
situation.
used to being in control.
Yeah.
They're used to running shit, right? But when you come home, I think what you're saying, when you come home, it's a different thing.
Can't turn it off.
You can't turn it off. You gotta know
It's
when to turn
hard.
it on. Right?
It's hard. But what we're saying is
Like
it's
you
hard
said.
to turn it off
But it can
when you've
be
been
done.
single. After you've been married and divorced, as me, you've been married and divorced, and you doing it singly by taking the kids to school, washing at home, cooking at home, whatever, doing the kids. It's hard when you get a man that's going to be supportive to you
Yeah.
to accept that because you're so used to making sure everything in the household is done. So when you get a
He's
real man,
communicating with you though.
I understand.
You don't have to.
But you don't understand that.
Okay,
That's
last
the
statement.
difference.
Last statement. Point.
but the rest in that sense,
What?
you kind of take his power away.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, you
do.
He tells you a man said that from
He
a
tell you what a man.
You
So
do.
you're taking his power
You
away.
do.
If you're continuously doing these things
Yeah.
that he cannot do,
Exactly.
so that
Because
makes
I'm
him.
used to
That
doing
makes
it
him
though.
expendable.
I don't
That
need
makes
to.
him
That
do
makes him
online dating.
interesting.
But it's a learned behavior because I've been alone so long, so it's a learned behavior.
And it can be an unlearned behavior too.
Okay. Let's close it out. Let's close it out with Nick.
I got a little bit different view on it because I've been in a relationship with alpha males. And I was at home cooking, cleaning, doing all that shit women do in the house, taking care of the house.
You need to do that now.
But and the reason I say it's different because of the fact that he was an alpha male, because of the fact that he was the breadwinner. In his mind, it gave him. It seemed like it gave him the right that it's okay if I cheat because I'm doing this. I'm paying everything. I'm doing this. So sometimes it's a different kind of spin. You can be a woman, and I mean, I was with this Negro when he was sick. I had to hold his dick in a piss bottle, but because he was and I was there through 5 different relationships. Him bringing other motherfucking kids to the house, but I was there. But because of the fact that he was the man and he was the breadwinner,
And he was a cheat.
in his mind, to him it made it okay if he went out and cheated.
Okay, y'all.
Oh wow.
Okay, y'all.
That sound like dude.
We are.
Tell us from the project.
Black project though.
Okay, y'all. We out of time. But the one thing this showed us is that we joke and we clown around a lot in the cigar shops, but we do have some deep, serious conversations from time to time. And this is one of the ones that we do touch on. You know, we really get into it. So when y'all think at the cigar shop bullshitting around and partying and hanging out, these are the type of conversations that we do have. And we do bullshit and hang out and kick it. But these are some of the conversations we had. So everybody raise your glasses. Let's close out. Venus versus Mars has been great. Till next time, you know, Shop Talk, we out.
I'm gonna need something to do. I'm gonna hit this little kickback. This that Friday, night day, chillin' with my girls in my new J. Feeling good, but ain't looking for a new babe. Head down to Taylor Lobs, cause I'm up the street. Real talk, no lie. Feeling in my soul, that's the good vibe. Hoping it's the right people chillin' in.